Okay, so we begin. Finally, I can hear a leaky tap somewhere. Well, can we turn that leaky tap off? Okay, perfect. So before we begin, Neha is going to join us from Rescue. I'll show you a video of hers as well, of her organization, all the work that they've been doing. But before that, let me know if you see anything, if you spot anything. I should try and get it in focus though. Oh, here we go. Oh, the other way. You guys see it? Oh, a little closer. There it is. If you haven't spotted it already. So that's a caterpillar I found today, and there are more of them. There's one up here as well. So camouflaged. Oh, and a third one. And it's amazing. Like this one was brown today morning, and it shed its skin. I forget what that term is called when they're changing rapidly into different phases of their life. So it starts off. This is the caterpillar of a common Mormon butterfly, and it looks like bird beat almost. It's like camouflage when they're really tiny, and then when they get a bit bigger, then they shed their whatever it is, the molt or whatever that word the correct term is, and they love kadi patta. And you can see how they've in the last 2 days they've just stripped it clean completely. It's quite something. And there's another one. And some leaves just kind of die off. Let me try and get focus on that. Ooh. And there's one right here. Try and get a side view. And these will actually get about, I think, this big by the end of it, at least, So, and they're really juicy and fat. Common Mormon butterfly. Try and YouTube, Google that if you can. Okay, so let's see how many people we have online now. On Facebook. Cool. So give me a thumbs up or your happy emoji if you can hear me clearly and all sounds good and there's no feedback and things like that. Well, thanks for joining in, guys. So like I said, we're going to be chatting with Neha from Rescue. She founded an organization called Rescue. It's in Pune. And I'll show you a video of theirs, and that'll give you a really good idea of all the great stuff they've been up to. So here goes. Can't hear me either. Now can we hear everyone? Okay, let's do a test again. Can you hear me? Okay, if you're on Zoom, are you on mute? Yeah,
And we
there we
check.
go.
Are
Perfect,
we good?
perfect. Yeah. Now we can hear. Awesome. Looks like a great day in Pune, yeah?
Yeah, it's bright and sunny today, thankfully.
And you guys were on the edge of that cyclone.
Yes, just a couple of days back. It did not look like this. We've had to like fix things up quickly in the last few days because everything came down. All the shed nets, all the, everything that we had put up, a couple of structures. It was quite crazy.
Really,
Yeah.
huh? Wow, and you were on the edge.
Yeah, and to top it, I mean, there were so many birds that came in those few days. It was crazy. Like more than, I think about 25, 30 birds in just a matter of a couple of hours, just came in, all kinds.
Wow, it's pretty windy. Are you sure the cyclone's gone?
Yeah.
That tree was like crazy. So yeah, well, thanks for doing this, yeah. And so we did a video last time because the network is really bad where they are. So if Neha's going to do a walkthrough with us through the rescue center, and this is the wildlife end of it, right? You do two types of rescue.
Yes, so there's the domestic side and then the wildlife unit side. So currently we're sitting on the wildlife side. So let me know when you want to walk around.
Well, take us away. And if anyone has questions on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, just pop those questions in. We'll try and answer them at any point. So yeah, take us through. Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Okay, all right. So right now, so what we do is we'll go. So we have different units here at the wildlife unit, and we get really different kinds of animals. So most of our units are very interchangeable. We adapt it to the kind of animal that has come in. So right now on this side, we have, I think it's some ibis that had come in. They were injured. There was one that was electrocuted. Be a little quiet. I'm sitting right here, but this is its case. The bird is there. He's injured his leg.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Poor guy.
Yeah.
So that's an ibis.
Yep, that's a glossy ibis. And
So how did it get injured with the cyclone?
yes, it came during those days. It had a broken leg, and then we've got a peacock here who I think was attacked by dogs. Got injuries. He's doing well.
Couldn't hear you. What was attacked by dogs?
The peacock.
Peacock.
See him there.
Wow. And what did they? Which part did they bite or injure?
You can't see it. There's an injury in between, like its feathers. If I separate them, then there's an injury there, and there are some injuries on the legs as well.
Lucky to survive, yeah.
Yeah, most of them don't make it. I mean, they are very, very sensitive birds. Most of them don't even make it. But actually, the people there got to it in time and managed to separate the whole massacre that was happening. So yeah, I think we got him just in time. I definitely think he's going to make it. And then this time we have a lot of the parakeets. So we have parakeets in two different places. So with birds generally or any animal, we put them through a stabilization phase based on what they've come in. And then once they go through that, they go into these outdoor sort of enclosures, and we try to create sort of an ex-situ area where they can, rehabilitate in the open. We check their flight, things like birds like parakeets, which we check which ones get along in better social groups, those kind of things.
Wow.
So what we have here is, we'll just make sure they don't fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of them here. You see them up there. So
yeah.
Some sitting up there. Yep.
So how do all these rescues come in? Like people call in or?
Yes, so we have a helpline. I will share that number with you. But so we have a helpline number, so people call us. Also, the forest department sends in animals that potentially have been seized in the illegal pet trade. those kind of things. So they either come from the forest or they come from general public through our helplines.
Okay.
So they
So,
generally come.
so I've put the helpline numbers below as a scroll on this live session. 9890 999
Now, that's the domestic helpline, and the wildlife helpline is the 91725 11100.
91.
91725 11100.
Okay, so if someone can WhatsApp that to me, I will add it over here. Cool. So maybe I'll turn the scroll off till then. Awesome, yeah. And the video is frozen. No worries. So the facility is on the outskirts of Pune, if I'm not wrong, and if Neha can hear me at this point. But what I'll do is I'll play a walkthrough of what we did last time as she unfreezes herself. And she unfroze herself. Amazing. It's like a magic trick. You were in one place and then boom, you're in the other place. How'd you do that?
Well, the network. So it's so we have actually a barking deer. She came to us, as a really tiny orphan. Raised her
Be a
and
little louder.
just at the stage where she's getting weaned off milk and learning to eat greens as well. So it's actually feeding time. Would you like to watch that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So this barking deer, this is again like around Pune. Tuhin, you can answer as well. Tuhin is
Yes.
behind the camera.
Yes, this is the barking deer is pretty much around our center as well.
So it's a female, the barking deer.
Yes, it's a female barking deer.
So she was rescued how far from Pune?
Actually, the forest department guys had called us.
Okay.
Their office is approximately around 6 kilometers from where we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there is surprisingly so much wildlife around Pune. It's quite crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Pretty much have everything around Pune.
That's true. I mean, I always, like, my first impression of Pune was always either Osho or Shrewsbury biscuits. Wow, how old? She's really cute. How old is she?
2 months now.
Oh.
Unless we have food in our hand.
What I'll do is oh, look at that.
She won't come.
She's hungry.
Unless she sees her bottle of milk, which is a good thing actually, because we don't intend to keep her forever. We have a plan. I mean, we will eventually work on a very controlled soft release, and hopefully even track her after that happens is wild. Especially with orphans, the whole how we deal with orphans is very, very different. Like, she's a quick
Yeah. Yeah, I remember last time we spoke, you spoke about trying to do a soft rehabilitation. Wow, she finished it.
time.
Good girl.
Yeah.
So you guys will try and do a soft rehabilitation? Like, what exactly is that?
So there are some places where it's been identified that there are sort of good populations of this deer, and then we will find a place where we can do sort of, as you would call it, in situ rehabilitation. Put up an enclosure in that area. You know how you have like a little boma system, but we will have somebody there.
Oh,
so
okay.
push to that area. It would probably be a very large enclosure in the same sort of place that these deer are found in. And then slowly start letting her out, because there is some it all depends on how she does even now. Once she moves on to greens eventually, we'll keep planning as it goes ahead. But the idea is to, get her acclimatized to a place eventually that we know that she will thrive in, where there is barking deer population. Keep an eye on her for a while, let her come and go. And I think that once, she's old enough and she finds, a group of animals, or, she will take off on her own. Also, she's female, so
Yeah,
hopefully.
it's amazing. And you guys do great videos, by the way. I love all your videos. So everyone who's watching, check out their Instagram channel and Facebook channel. Maybe I'll show you guys that right now. So that's the Instagram channel. Oh, Your last post is pretty nice, Live Planet. And so you can see that, so there are domestic rescues as well as wildlife rescues. And this one is more your domestic rescue page, I think, right? The RS.
RESQCT is the domestic animal page, and if you just want to watch the wildlife work that we do, you could check us out on Instagram on wildlife RESQ. So
Okay, let's do that live. Wildlife RE. Oh, there you go. Wildlife rescue.
yeah.
So turtles. Oh, there's a nice release video. Sorry, you can't see this yet, but we're basically on your Instagram page. So a lot of owls as well, huh?
Right now, in fact, we don't have. We have two Eurasian eagle owls right now, Indian eagle owls. Right now because they're injured. What we have here is sort of like our test flight, so which is divided into two parts. So we have a bunch of kites here. On the other side, we have a hornbill. And we want to test their flight. Then they get put in here.
Okay, sorry, we were on your Instagram page. So just repeat that bit. So this is the aviary, the unit D.
Yes. Right, aviary. So once the animal is stabilized, we feel like they're ready to fly. We need to test their flight. Make sure that happens before check whether they're taking long flights, strong flights. We will put them in here, make sure that it's all all good before we actually go back to their release site to attempt that. So basically, they go from an indoor stabilization phase to an outdoor sort of test scenario, and then they will eventually go back, depending on what they've come. Is it an adult? Is it come depending on what kind of area? So, I mean, the treatment plan, the rehabilitation plan is so different for almost each one, which is all determined when they come in. So right now, here we have kites. We have a hornbill. Actually, he's ready for release. He'll hopefully go tomorrow, and then.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Damn, we should have done this tomorrow. Oh, yeah, the session. Okay, cool. There's a question for you.
Yeah.
After rescuing and treating, where do you release them?
So
in the original area, or do you find a new area for them?
No, so it depends. So 99% times it will go back into its original area. The 1% time is if it's come from any kind of conflict area. So for example, there was a particular area where we kept finding birds where there was, their legs were tied, tails were cut off because there was, there were, superstitions involved in those areas. So we would not release them back in those areas. But otherwise, an adult will be released back in its area. For the younger, for the juveniles, sub-adults, basically we work on soft releases. So basically put them in areas where we believe there are resources and they will thrive better. So It depends back into where it came from.
It's different each time.
Yeah.
And Tuhin, who's handling the camera and doing a great job at it, is Let's see what he looks like. There he is.
That's Abhijit at the back.
Hey.
Yeah.
So last few videos, so you guys did some pretty cool rescues, huh? There was it was 40 floors up or 40 feet up. What was it?
Which one are you talking about?
There's a lot of stuff.
A kitten or a dog or something.
Moved here from Nashik. He has a lot of experience with leopards. So if we get any kind of leopard call, he's our man.
Wow, the leopard guy. Oh, the beard says it all. See, we needed the beard. Okay, we have one more question from Shriyansh. From where do you get your funding for all this amazing work?
Wonderful donors, all private. Okay, we'll just go that side and talk. I'll just show you the deer because I don't want to stress her out. And I'll answer that question in a minute.
Okay.
I'll just show you a deer that we got. She's pregnant and she was attacked by dogs. No.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So she had a very unusual thing happen to her. She has a very bad leg injury. I will talk more about that later. But we'll just see her and go.
Okay, we'll just begin.
I don't know if you can see the baby monkey. He's
Oh, we lost your feed. Oh, there we go. What is it? A baby what?
Can you see it?
Yeah, baby. What is it? A monkey?
Bonnet macaque. Yeah.
Is it that same cute guy?
Yes. And you see, he's not really coming to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are basically dehumanizing him now, slowly.
That's amazing, man, and that's such an important part of your work to, resist that temptation of being the savior and.
Yeah. You might have seen pictures of me with this monkey. Technically, he should be attached to all of us. We're standing right here. He's alone in that cage, but he's not coming to us. And I feel like, to me, that is exactly what we want. We don't want him to be coming to us.
Awesome, yeah. There's another question from Keith.
Yeah.
Keith Peter, great work. What has been one of the most challenging rescues for you? And we can open it up to Tuhin and anyone else who's around you.
Okay, I'm just going to walk out of here. We have a rusty spotted cat. I don't want to disturb her.
Hey, the rusty spotted was supposed to be a surprise for our viewers.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Guess what's behind this?
Behind that is our ICU. We'll just get to that. So to answer that question, please. We have some work happening here. We are building more units.
The audio is better here as well.
We've got a very small OT here, a small procedure room. We have a bigger OT up front.
Wow.
What
are they? Who are they working on?
They're working on an egret. This is Dr. Shukla. That's Akshay. What you're doing?
Giving fluids.
Giving fluids. What is happening to it?
He's
Wow.
Dehydrated. So they're administering fluids.
Dehydrated. So how does a bird that hangs around water so much get dehydrated?
Actually, the weather has been changed, so like they've fallen from to that big height. So like
So basically, when there are climatic changes, and he's probably thanks. So if they're subadult or that kind of thing, they don't cope very well, and the dehydration kicks in really quickly. Look at their body weights. So just a couple, and if they have a fall, then they find it hard to get out. So it's basically we've had very dramatic weather change over here, which is why a lot of this is happening.
Yeah. How many animals do you have there right now? Wow.
In the wildlife unit, more than 50 at the moment. This is our ICU. We'll just quickly do this.
Okay.
Pati, she handles all the feeding of all the birds here. So we have Eurasian growl there. Another one in here with an injured wing.
I love those owls.
Another one here with an injured wing.
So wing injuries can get okay, right?
Depends what has happened. It totally depends on that. We have the parakeets. We have here. This is another peahen. And in this basket, we have all the different ones.
What's in there? Oh. Is that like a coil?
Yeah. Patient coils here.
It's a coil.
Okay. And
Oh, they're hungry.
The red winged goes here.
And
There's a little. These are minors, no?
So these are all the birds that came in because of the cyclone, huh?
Yes.
Oh my God. So how do you suddenly cope? I mean, you have no option. You just have to cope when suddenly there's a flood of.
Yeah. We have very minimal handling in the ICU. Not too many people handle that. We have about 10 Indian tent turtles here. I don't know if anyone can spot them.
The network's gone a bit choppy, but again, they're sold as pets very often, aren't they? Oh, there it is.
Yes, all of these have come out of captivity. So we are grouping them together. These are also have come from different places, organizations, different departments.
Oh.
So they're all getting aggregated here now. And we will release them together, check all their health, group them properly, and then release them.
Wow, amazing, yeah.
Yeah, we don't
I feel like I'm getting a back massage with all this news about releases happening. I'm feeling so good about it.
we don't have any snakes right now, but this is like our snake unit. So different. It's it has different stuff, but at the moment we don't have any snakes.
Okay. We've got one more question. Does the forest from Mrigashri, since the forest department sends you animals as well, do they help you out and support you with funding and things like that?
No, they do not support us with funding, and I'll answer the funding question now as well. So they do not help us with funding, but they give us a lot of other support. So when we go, if basically they are the ones who lies on ground. When something happens, they get informed first. So they wait for us to come there. We work a lot together. I mean, whereas the RFOs, forest guards, everyone. I mean, there's a lot of work that we do together. So, for example, if there's a leopard situation, we may have all the rescue equipment and be doing all of that, but they do the mob control. They are also talking to the villagers as much as us. So it's a lot of work done together. So yeah, the relation is more of a collaboration work-wise and not funding-wise.
Ah, okay. On YouTube we have, someone said nice beard, sir. It could be me or it could be a leopard man.
They
Okay.
got released. All the permits come from them. So yeah, we do a lot of work with the department, but yeah, no, the relationship is not funding. And as for funding is concerned, we are completely 100% funded by private donors, people who see our work, appreciate what we do when we go out for a rescue. I mean, those are the people who see us working and send us funds in. And we've been doing this for the last 13 years, and that's how we've gone on. I mean, uncertain times ahead with this whole COVID thing, but yes, completely just private individual donors, some companies, but yeah, no government funding. So that's how we fund ourselves.
Amazing.
Just work and hope amazing people like the ones who are watching this video donate to us. Yeah.
And to donate, they can go to your website?
Yes, so you can go to our website. There are multiple options how to donate. So if they go to rescuect.org/donate, there are multiple options. We also, so if there are different options for Indian donors and international donors. So yeah, everything is put out on our website.
Amazing. So there's another couple of questions. What are the problems that rescue faces during its working?
Oh, loads. It all depends on what it is. And to answer the previous question about the most challenging rescue, I think whereas wildlife is concerned, our most challenging one was the last elephant that we got, because we found by the time we got to her, she was in a horrible state. She'd been standing for, we were told, about 40 days or more. She had not sat down.
Oh no.
When she walked, how when you break a bamboo, the sound that comes, every step that she took, she was old, arthritic. She had skin infection. She was, she had wounds. She had abscesses all over her. She was in a horrible state. Most people thought she wouldn't even survive like 2 or 3 days more. And again, that was we worked together with the forest department. Ahmednagar brought her to Pune. Her management was, I think, bringing that animal here. We had to use cranes every time to make her rest for like an hour or two, and then use 2 cranes to lift her back up again. We built a huge swimming pool for her. I think that has been in wildlife. I think it's been one of our most challenging rescues. Like, we were so mortified, even just the whole transport from Ahmednagar to Pune, whether that animal will be able to take it. So yeah, I think the last elephant, we've had 10 elephants so far, but the last was the most challenging one. Yeah.
Oh my God, that sounds awful. That sound of bamboo cracking when she walked.
That's how bad like her legs were. Every step she took, you could hear that crack sound. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, I sent you a video on WhatsApp. Have a look at it and we'll watch it here at the same time. It's funny.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, why isn't ours playing? Oh no.
Poor kid, he clearly was not expecting the snake to come.
Yeah, but I couldn't play it here. Wait, I'm going to play it here now.
വരുന്നുണ്ട് പലപ്പോഴും പല ഇതിലുള്ള വലിയ അരണെ കാണുന്നുണ്ട്, ചെറിയ അരണെ കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. ആ പക്കറ്റിനെ ഈ വീട്ടിന്റെ പട്ടിക്കൂടിനെ ചുറ്റിപ്പെട്ടാണ് അത് കാണുന്നത്. മീനിനെ പിടിക്കാനാണോ എന്ന് അറിയില്ല. ഇത് രണ്ടിനെയും
Yeah, I just found that hilarious because I mean it's quite sweet. Apparently, the kid, whoever it is, was giving this little, David Attenborough sort of commentary at the back of this salamander sitting on this wall, and it has a long tail and all that stuff. And then boom, this looked like a rat snake or something that popped out, and then boom. So, I mean, as intriguing wildlife is, a lot of people want to approach it sometimes. And that's when things go wrong.
Yep. There's, I think, this video, of course, was just really funny. I mean, the poor thing was just trying to, do some videography and got a surprise thrown in there. But,
That's true. But, I mean, and there are those videos of people who are trying to help. Which was that video which you shared as well, that misguided compassion.
Oh yeah. So I get this question a lot, and people say it with a lot of pride that they went and bought birds and then they freed them in the sky. So I mean, they do it out of a good intent, like they believe, they saw some parakeets or they saw some birds and they're like, oh, the poor thing should not be in captivity. There was this one video where somebody went and bought some 20, 30 cages of it, and then he actually, made a Facebook, like put a video on Facebook where he opened everything up, and this man actually released all these exotic birds into the sky. These birds don't belong here. They've always been in captivity. They don't even know how to survive.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, certain things like this, I mean, I think it's, misguided compassion. So I think that a lot of times people need to be, a little cautious about what they're doing.
And have the right information as well. I in fact, I have that video. I've blurred out the guy's face and his Facebook channel on the side because, I mean, don't want to publicly shame anyone. But you can see what happens. I've slowed down the video at the end and you can actually see one of the budgigars goes and there's a kite that comes.
That comes and just probably kills it.
Yeah. So I'll just play that video. Again, I won't be able to share this with you because the screen share doesn't work somehow.
मैं विश्वास दिलाता हूँ बाहर आपको सब कुछ मिलेगा, दाना पानी हर तरफ दाना है यहाँ पे और पीने के लिए पानी है आपके लिए और यही आपकी जिंदगी है। चलिए एक और कोशिश करते हैं। आजा भाई। एक और कोशिश करते हैं। आजा भाई।
You look at Facebook and look at this.
मैं विश्वास दिलाता हूँ बाहर आपको सब।
So yeah, we could see the kite was there, and then this budgigar is right there, and I'm sure the kite got it as well. I mean, these birds have been in cages their entire life. They don't know what's happening. So more questions coming. This one's from Dr. Cliff. How are you guys handling the COVID pandemic, and is it affecting your ability to rescue animals?
We're handling it with masks, and we get out, and when we get out, we of course use all precautions. We have not actually stopped operations even for a single day ever since the lockdown was announced. So we've been operational throughout. Of course, we had to reduce the number of staff members that were working. So the ones who were, there was a lot of pressure on us to do a lot of things that, because we just didn't have enough manpower. But the work hasn't stopped, and now things have relaxed a bit. Most of our staff is coming back to work, and but yeah, we managed. In fact, because we had an ambulance, it was not a problem for us to move around.
Yeah.
And yeah, the work's gone on.
Amazing.
We've been careful, but the work's gone on.
There's another question from Amar, I think. Is there anything that makes you angry during helping animals? Like what pisses you off, basically, is what he's asking.
Oh, wow. I think, in that moment, I think when you're doing the rescue, you know that you've done this several times, you know exactly, what to do, how to strategize. You go there, you have a plan. And then sometimes you have over enthusiasts who think they know better. So rescuing the animal is one thing, we have a plan for that. But how to handle difficult humans, sometimes you don't always have a plan for that. So you have people causing a problem at times when you're doing an animal rescue. So I think that pisses me off quite a lot during a rescue process.
Yeah.
But if you ask Tuhin, who's on the camera right now as well, I'm the one who handles the difficult people. He just looks at me and puts his hands up and says, "You handle."
Well
I'm the
played,
nice-
Tuhin. Bhairav has got a question. What if an animal gets like a permanent injury? How do you handle that?
Wow. It depends. It depends on what animal. A permanent injury. I mean, that's the thing with wildlife, right? Because I have noted, in the last whole year, we've probably sent only 2 animals to the zoo, and we've
Oh, wow.
rescued 100. Okay.
Wow.
What I've noticed is most of these with the permanent, which have such grave injuries, most often they don't really survive, and literally in hundreds of animals, there are only 2 animals that we've sent to the zoo. So something that has a permanent disability, I mean, does go to a zoo, but our sent to zoo animal rate is unbelievably low. But yes,
That's great to hear.
most wild animals don't even survive it. I don't know, maybe it's just the way
Really,
nature
yeah.
works.
What about birds? I mean, I just feel like those are some of the most awful injuries are birds with their wings and the manja.
Yeah, but again, so we've had a lot. I mean, it depends, it's seasonal, but when the manja cases come in, a lot of times the bones are broken. We've done a lot of surgeries on these bones, on these broken bones and things like that. We've had a really good recovery rate with that. So sometimes it's either that they don't survive or they do beautifully, they react beautifully, they heal beautifully. And we've released, I remember one of the cases that worked out really well was this Eurasian eagle owl whose, bone had broken with the manja. The manja had cut through and through. And one of our veterinarians did a beautiful surgery and he recovered really well and we released him back and it was quite wonderful. So yes, I mean, we keep trying whatever we can.
So the manja went through the bone.
Yes, it cut the bone because their bones are so fragile and so thin, right? Like imagine the cut through the bone because it's also hollow.
That's crazy, but it's amazing that, I mean, animals continuously surprise you, right, with their just how tough they can be and how they recover.
So, yeah, some of them are very sensitive. Some of them suffer. I mean, we know its species reacts well. So, for example, the deer will get very stressed out if we are around it too much or anything like that. So, it won't do well. So, it depends. There are some animals that just do really, really well and some species that just don't. The little birds don't always do very well.
Yeah.
But realized, controlling temperature, sound, those kind of things. Tried all permutation combinations, see what works. Yeah, don't do that.
So Amar says you understood the question about getting pissed off when you said that people get in the way. Rishikesh wants to know, is there any volunteering program with rescue?
Generally, yes. At the moment, no, because of the COVID pandemic. But otherwise, yes, there is. Okay. I mean, we've been on our social media, so please keep an eye on it.
So basically follow Rescue on Instagram and Facebook to know if there are any opportunities. And if they want to reach out and connect with you, again, Insta, Facebook, or like the website?
Insta, Facebook, our email address. I mean, it's all the information is on the website.
Okay. And the website is rescue?
resqct.org. resqct.org.
Okay, let me bring it up here anyway. resqct.org. Okay, let me do a quick share of that. That's the website, guys. resqct.org. liveplanet.org, and how can you help is a link as well, so you can figure out what you can donate through that, become a regular donor, gift donation, sponsor animals. How does that work when you sponsor an animal?
So right now we haven't put the wildlife animals onto that. Currently it's for the domestic. So there are some that are with us, the ones that have been abandoned or have a permanent disability. So they stay with us. So we can estimate. So for example, we have an emu or a camel that's, come out of a situation. And obviously he's not going back on the street. So we estimate a cost for the year. And if you want to sponsor that animal, you can do that. And so yes, you can send in funds particularly for a single animal. So
Okay,
that's what
wow.
happened.
You did say emu right now, right?
Yeah, we have an emu.
Where is it? Where does it hang out?
It hangs out on the domestic side with the goat. Hangs out.
Crazy. So someone like an emu, what she just has to live her life out, because this was supposed to be a farmed animal, right?
Yeah. They were brought in for emu farming, but that didn't really work out. There's a whole story why emus were brought into India,
Yeah.
but no emu farming really happens now. So they're just basically, dying. And this one
Yeah.
was found wandering on the road
Oh,
somewhere.
no. I think.
She just didn't move for days, so we brought her in. She came during the lockdown, actually.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I think the plan was emu tikkas at some point.
I think that was the plan because the eggs have 15 times the protein that a normal egg has. So it was,
Wow.
a lot of by the government for people to do emu farming, and then those incentives disappeared. So people didn't know what to do with all the emus, so they just shut down farms. And
There's
Now-
another question or like a bit of a reaction. Pranshu Sharma, nowadays a lot of bad news. The elephant, we all know about the elephant with the pineapple bomb thing, and cow. I'm not sure, I haven't heard of the cow case. So Pranshu just wants to know, how do you feel when you see this type of news?
it depends, but the elephant thing, it's not, in my personal opinion, I don't think somebody went and fed that elephant a pineapple laden with bomb. It's all about unethical crop protection. This is not something that just happens there. It's a nationwide issue. It happens everywhere. The forest department, depending on where they are, what part of the country they are, this is an issue that they are dealing with. I know Pune Forest Department has been very actively, and this is all done by farmers to, protect their crop from boars. This poor elephant was collateral damage. Nobody even knew she had a baby till the postmortem was done. So it's really sad to hear this because, elephants are such beautiful animals. It was just so sad to know that this elephant was, collateral damage in this whole thing.
Yeah.
But it was completely something different. And, social media sort of made it something else.
Yeah.
So,
Has Tuhin lost feeling in his arms yet?
no, kind of. He's using the beer's bottle to support his phone, but he's.
Okay, cool. So I did have a plan here. I was quite organized. So let's do a set of quick questions. Just
Okay.
answer them as quick as you can.
Okay,
Dogs or cats?
dogs.
Pets or wild animals?
Right now, wild animals.
Mummy or papa?
Oh my God! You know, my
Okay,
parents have-
you can skip that one. What did your friends call you in school?
Oh my God! Panchamakade.
Panchamakade, that's a mouthful. Netflix, Hotstar or Prime?
Oh, good Lord! Oh, I can't decide. I'm equally committed to all.
Okay. Have you made a TikTok video yet?
Never.
Are you lying?
Nope.
No, that was the end of the one. But thanks for your time. Any last questions, guys? Pop them off. If not, they are Rescue and Neha very active on Insta and Facebook. I'm sure you'd love some questions and follows over there. Great videos. They're all very consistent with their videos, and the release videos are especially really, really nice to look at. And I have one of the release videos. It's not the one which I had seen long back. I couldn't find that one, but there's one which is over here. So I'll play it as we go out, and we can watch that video and we'll come back for the last set of questions. So ask those questions now, and then we'll say bye to Neha.
Yeah, 91725. The zero is extra. 2500. Yeah. For wildlife, and it's actually the wildlife helpline's on pretty much 24/7. Pune district, like the whole. Yes. Yeah, I'll answer that. Yes. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. I. I don't know whether to believe in these things at times. I feel like I'm too much of a science person to get my that right now. Yeah. Right.
Oh, my voice is not coming. My mic was off. Okay, so we'll just repeat that. The question was about animal telepathy, but you heard Neha's answer about it anyway.
Yeah.
So the
I mean, I'm not. I don't have any strong opinions. I don't know. I feel like I'm too much of a science person to believe in that. But I mean, when you work with animals, you do. I mean, what is telepathy at the end of the day? I mean, it's communication. I mean, in some ways or the other. I mean, animals are always. You look at them, you get a sense of things over the years. Working with animals for so many years, your senses get sharpened. With that, but. Yeah, I mean, talking to animals or direct communication, that is something that I honestly do not know very much about. So I'll refrain from commenting on that.
cool. And last question: how many black T-shirts do you have?
Me personally, I have 3. This is like my uniform. I just wear it rotation.
Cool. Well, thanks, Neha. Thanks so much. It was great to get this walkthrough. The network worked, yay! And
Yes.
thank you for taking care of all these animals. And love those release videos.
Yeah, follow us to keep watching them.
Cool. See you. Talk to you soon another time.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. It went on a bit longer as usual, but hopefully it went a bit smoother. I think the third episode will be even better. What I could do is I could leave you with the Kadi Patta again. Let's see if we can find it. Ooh. There it is. Oh, this mirror image thing doesn't work for me. Focus, 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 focus. Low light, I think that's why. Oh well. Okay, we'll figure that out. So I'm going to be filming this caterpillar over the next few weeks. I think once it enters its pupa stage, I've got a special lens, so hopefully I'll be able to share that with you at some point. Where am I? Okay, so that's it. That's us logging off, and hope to see you next time. See you.